at the bottom. Yes.
But a droplet of 900.
Yeah, listen, I'll take a droplet of anything. Totally. Yes. Yeah, I know, that's insane.
When the first Frozen movie opened, and they almost immediately was talk of bringing it to Broadway, and I think someone asked you if you might play Kristoff, and I believe you said you weren't hot enough. Did you say that?
I probably did say that. That sounds like something I would say. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny because even. Well, it turns out I wasn't black enough either.
For the show, yes.
For the show.
Yeah.
But the animation, it's like I don't feel like, yes, I was like, yeah, I played Kristoff, but I don't feel connected to it in the way that I feel when I'm doing a role
Right.
in a play or on film, because so much of the character is in the animation. It's like in the you as the voice actor go in and just throw everything against the wall, and you do a line, the same line 8,000 different ways, and then you see how it's all. You're very small, not to disrespect the power of the voice actor, but you're a very small part of the sort of like what you end up seeing on screen, because they spend years developing the story and picking the exact right lines, and then like in Frozen 2, when I saw The Lost in the Woods, which is the song that I sing in animated, I was like, what? It takes the whole song even, and the song is great, but it takes even the song to a whole other level. So when it was coming to Broadway, I didn't feel like
Ownership.
Well, I felt no ownership whatsoever. Yeah. And then I thought Jelani was incredible as Kristoff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It was great. Yeah.
But we did get to see you. I guess all we'll ever get to see of you as Kristoff is in Crosswalk the musical.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God.
I mean, that was so neat
fun.
because it's the only time you'll actually see you as Kristoff and Idina Menzel as Elsa and
That was the
Kristen
best.
Bell as
Idina
Anna.
Menzel in like Elsa drag with sneakers on, standing on top of a car singing Let It Go. I was like, what is happening right now? That was so funny. That was a moment I will never forget.
And initially she's relegated to playing Sven, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they put her in the reindeer costume.
Yeah,
first.
because James wants to play Elsa.
Yes, Elsa, obviously.
And then you get all angry at him and he calls you pissed off Kristoff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was so. That whole thing was it's such a production.
Is it nerve-wracking?
Like hundreds of people work to make that happen.
Yeah, but is it nerve-wracking as far as they actually stop traffic and people get actually upset?
That part to me wasn't scary. Maybe because I ride my bike on the street, so I'm like used to it. But the thing that wasn't, I wouldn't even say it was nerve-wracking. It sort of felt like, how is this ever going to come together? Because you just show up on the day and they have dancers, all these dancers that are performing in it, and then they have your dancer that's going to do your track so you can see what it is you're supposed to do. You rehearse for about an hour, and then you get up and stand wherever they told you to stand, and then you just do it. And so it was surreal that we all showed up in the morning without any expectation of what was going to happen, and then suddenly we're in these like Kmart outfits, and then we're performing. You know, the fact that they have it so fine-tuned that they can just plug in the actors at the last second, which is what it felt like, was the most amazing part to me, and then make it look as absurd and funny and big as it is was cool. I didn't know anything until we showed up that morning, and they're like, "Here's your outfit," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then you're pushed out there, and then you're pushed off, and then they edit it all together, and it looks great. Yeah, it was very surreal.
Wow.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I mean he does so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do those like interviews to the camera. They have those all written up on cue cards, and you like do them. You're just sort of like shoved, and you're like blah blah blah, blah, and then you're shoved into that, and then it's over. It was such a whirlwind, but it was really fun.
So some of the Frozen fans are really rabid. I sort of hesitate to bring this up, but do you remember the Florida incident?
Florida incident.
There was this, of course, this guy, in Florida, who went into a store and got a Olaf plushie doll and masturbated into it.
Yes, that's right. Did you send that?
Yes,
The link to that?
so
Yes.
I sent him the article and I said presented with no comment.
Right.
And
Yes.
Jonathan usually uses a lot of exclamation points anyway. So you wrote back all caps, You can't make this up. 6 exclamation points.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
And there is
Bless his
I
heart.
check. I guess there are plushie dolls for all of those characters. So
Yeah.
hopefully you're safe. I don't know.
Listen,